Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you today? So today I'm going to be using two new palettes that I got in the mail. So I'm going to do one eye with this and one eye with that one. We'll test them out for you. It's exciting. I feel so weird. Alright, so I'm going to do my face first and then do my eyes in later. They're going to be like one of the last things I do. Just because that's how I get ready in the morning, you know, wet things. Anyway, so I'm going to moisturise my face just to make sure that, you know, I get all the moisture in my face that I need to before I do anything else. Now we need to use some primer, so we're not just putting a foundation on our skin. So I'm going to use the Kat Von D Locket primer. Now this isn't my favourite primer, but I don't have any of my Fenty Beauty one left. So this is what we have to deal with. So we just rub that in. Same thing as we did with the moisturiser. This is just to provide an extra base so we're not ruining our skin. Don't forget the neck either. Just get it everywhere and get on the eyes and under the eyes. Just rub it in. Make sure you're primed and ready for your day. Primed and ready. Oh, let's not bring my face in that close. You can see all my pimples. Alrighty, so now that that's all rubbed in, alright, so now we can get on with putting on our foundation. Now I like to use a concealer before doing anything to conceal and don't feel my pimples. Just to get rid of them because nobody likes having pimples on their skin. So we're just going to put a whole heap just on the areas that we don't want showing through when we put our foundation on. Now I use a full coverage foundation, so it's not meant to, but just to give it a little bit of extra coverage. You just want to dab it in, make sure it's all dabbed in there. You can still see it, but that's alright. You just want to lightly bounce that in, and if you have a little bit extra, just put it on your face. So you're just trying to make your face one colour, not 17. Nobody wants to have 17 skin colours on their face. So once you've got that in, we're going to do our foundation. So once it's all blended in, we're just going to look at my face. Alrighty, so now I use the Maybelline Super Stay Foundation 24 Hours. Now I have two different shades here because my skin tone is sort of in the middle and I like to be a little bit darker. So just going to mix two shades together. Now I do say two pumps of each colour. I just put it on my little board here, and then I get my little mixing brush thing that I have here, and I just use the end. And you just want to mix it together like you're creating a masterpiece. Because that's what your face is going to look like after you've finished. going to look like this is what you wake up with. And that's what we want. So now you're just going to get some. And I start with my neck so that I know that's all one thing done. Get your ears, because if you're like me and have multiple food babies throughout the day, you're going to get really hot, and if you don't cover your ears, they'll go red while the rest of your face stays the one colour, and nobody wants that. So now we're just going on the face and we're just blending. So I'm just going to keep blending it in. Don't forget to put it up in your hairline, because otherwise you'll end up with a gap. You don't have to go right into your hair. Just have to make it look like you have that your plastic face is your one face and your one face only. So this is how I do my face every morning for work, unless I'm being lazy and I don't want to. And I want some extra sleep and then I don't wear any. Which, looking at myself in the camera, I should probably not do that ever again. I look disgusting. Sorry, let's just have a bit of a cold. But that's not gonna stop us from doing our face today. And then once that's done, I'm just gonna go back over and make sure that our whole face is blended to the
open up, shut it down like a Macintosh. Open up, open here. Cold as ice and Coca-Cola. Open up.
Alright, so now we're going to put some powder on our. Actually, I'm going to highlight my under eyes, get rid of the dark circles, which shouldn't exist anymore. I mean, I shouldn't have dark circles, I'm 20 years old, but yet I feel like I'm 102. So that's great. I love that. So we're just going to use some heart-shaped tape concealer. Now I'm a shade 8B, but I think I need to get the next shade up because I'm not white. So now you're just going to make a little triangle like that. So do your tip of your nose like that. And your cupid's bow. Nice. And then just blend that in to perfection. Bring it down. We're a plastic doll. Someone said that to me the other day at work. Alright, so now I'm just going to use some powder to put on my face so that we can stay all day. And then afterwards I'm going to use some translucent powder to put underneath my eyes where I put that concealer, so that'll stay. So we'll just pop some powder on. Now I haven't really had a lot of luck finding a good powder. I think I found the MAC powder. I like this MAC powder, but it's so expensive and I'm very poor, so we just got to find a good drugstore one. So right now I'm using the Flower Miracle Glow Satin Finishing Powder. It's from Chemist Warehouse. It was like $7. Bargain. So I'm just going to put that all over our face. You get to do your neck, where we put our foundation first. Just going to put that on your neck. So you lock it in place so it stays all day. Nothing worse than having your face come off halfway through the day. So now I'm just going to get my MAC Invisible setting powder, I guess. Doesn't exactly have a name, and I'm just going to pop it under my eyes just so we can bake. Oh, look at that. Could ask getting all beauty guruing. Jeffree Star who? Don't come for me, Jeffree Star. I just ordered my first lot of his products the other day and I'm so excited to get them. I don't think I've been more excited to get anything else in my life, really. Alright, so now we'll just let that sit until I'm ready to take it off. So now what I would do is now I'm going to start to contour my face, because nothing worse than just looking like this at work. We have to look like we have a face that's come off a magazine, because in this society you have to look perfect. Like, honestly, I am so self-conscious about my body, it is not funny. Alright, so now I'm just going to use my Beauty Creations Contour and Highlighter palette. I got this off Makeup Net, I think it was. It was just a cheap palette, but you know, it works, it does what it needs to. And here we don't have any, like, you know, Huda Beauty or Hula Beauty, I don't know, Benefits Cosmetic, I don't know. We don't have that here. So we just get stuff off the internet. So I'm just going to dip into this colour down here, the dark shade, on my Morphe White 8 brush, and my gold brush. And you just want to simply chisel out that neck, make it look like you have a defined neck, make it look like you don't have 14,000 chins, because you know we have food babies here and we have tenants who don't want to leave, so we just got to chisel out that bone, out our neck bone. I'm just going to go right under so we can get that nice defined look. Even though I have a massive double chin, I am a turkey. Like, look. Like, I can go from looking like I should be in a hospital room because I'm so fat, to looking like a plus size model in less than an hour. So you're just gonna like blend that down so it's not such a harsh line, because nothing worse than showing all the boys and letting them know that this is what you do for an hour a day. I'm gonna make them think that that's how you get up in bed in the morning. Even though with my makeup, there's no way I can do this makeup like this in the morning. Jeez, when I get a husband, he better like me for who I am, because I ain't doing this every day once I get married. Well, that's a while off. We don't even have a boyfriend yet. Like, can we just talk about the dating in nowadays? Like Tinder, that is the most scariest thing to ever sign up for. I signed up for it and you know, I just couldn't choose anybody. Nobody seems like my type of person. And I just, you know, got to one person, I'm like, oh, I like you, but I don't like you. So like, I didn't know whether to swipe no or yes. So I deleted that profile. We won't worry about Tinder. We'll meet someone the old-fashioned way, hopefully. If not, we'll just have cats. So I'm just going to make sure that our neck is defined. Make sure we don't have like, oh, look at that. Like, I still have a double chin. But now it's just a glamour double chin. So now I just like to suck in like a fish. So I can chisel out my cheekbone and come around my face and do it up here, and then I'll do my nose and my lips. All with the same colour. So now I'm just contouring my nose because I've contoured my face. It looks like I've just shut on my face, but that's fine. because now we look like we're chiseled there. Neck lift. Dude, I can't wait till I'm skinny. I need to sign up for the gym. Because then I won't need to do this on my face. I will have cheekbones and a jawline. And I've been thinking about getting lip injections so that I have nice lips to put lipstick on. But that's fine. We'll get them when we marry our sugar daddy. Or some old guy who's about to choke. Alright. So now I'm going to move on to blush. And I'm just using the Milani Illuminoso 0.5 Bad Powder Blush. And it's like a nice corally colour. You know, just chilling. It's a nice coral colour. Just to give our cheekbones a pop and make us look like we're not robots. So before I do that, I'm just going to wipe off this powder. And then I might reapply it to put our eyeshadow on because I'm testing it out. So I'm just going to pop it on. Just give it a nice fake smile. Like you do at work when a customer makes a joke or says that the product's free because it doesn't scan. Like, of course it is. But guess what? It's actually $4.99 and you're paying it. Okay? Just give it a nice fake smile. If you've ever worked in customer service and retail, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, honestly, customers can annoy you. So now I'm going to move on to my brows. And I have naturally bushy eyebrows, but I like to do myself. You know, I might pluck a few hairs here and there. So they're not looking great at the moment, but that's fine. So I'm just going to use my Morphe E29. It's the eyebrow brush. It has a spoolie at the bottom and, you know, the nice precise end at the top. It's a little bit thick, but you know, that's fine. So I'm just going to brush my eyebrows up. And then once they're brushed up and looking like two hairy caterpillars, I'm just going to put it like that. Nice. They look better once they have powder in them. And I'm just going to do the same for the other side. I'm just going to push them down. Like, look at that. I mean, they're still hairy caterpillars. They're just tangs now. They're ready to get turned into butterflies. So now I'm just going to go over them. Now, I used to do big eyebrows, but now I don't. I just fill them in, put a little bit of powder in there, make them look like they're actually there. So now I'm just going to move on to the other one. Oh, and I'm using the NYX eyebrow cake powder. I've been using this forever. I love it. It's like my favourite one, and I'm using the colour blonde because, you know, we're a little bit blonde. Once I dry my hair and look nice for blonde. I would really like to travel overseas and go to Europe though. I love the thought of being in London and like the cold and like England and Paris and France and Italy and Venice and Rome. I really want to do like in Greece. Like I really just want to do like a traveling bonanza with my best friends Sarah and Cal. Like I reckon that'd be so much fun. Like we could go camping in like some of the places. Like it'd be so much fun. I'll do that when I win the lottery. Like bye IGA, see ya. I'm going camping and traveling. Can you imagine? Right, so now that my brows are done, I'm going to get that powder back, the MAC invisible one. I'm just going to put some more powder under my eyes because I'm going to be trying the new palettes that I got, and I've got some more coming. I bought my first Jeffree Star lot of makeup, and I'm so excited to use it. It hasn't come yet, but when it does, I'm so excited to use it. Alright, so now that we've got that on, and it's living its best life. Alright, so I'm just going to move that set of brushes back. Alright, so as I said in the beginning of the video, I'm going to be using these two palettes, and I want to do one eye look using this one and one eye look using that one. So I might start off with this one. So this is the Fenty Beauty Moroccan Spice palette. Now I have swatched it. Now it's got a few shimmers in there, a few nice ones, a few mattes and everything in there. So I'm excited to use it, and I love the fact that it has mirror work, all of that. And it's like nice and big so I can use my face while I'm holding it, so I'm not having to use my little mirror that I've got down here of my tub of brushes. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, and then I'll do a different look using this palette, the Huda Beauty, the new nude palette. And I watched reviews, and you know, there were mixed reviews on both palettes, but that's right, we'll make our own decision. So I might do like an everyday look that I would wear to work. Now usually I just use my Morphe palettes. I have quite a few of them. So my Morphe palettes, I have the James Charles one, I love that one, and then I have the 39S Morphe palette. So they're my two big ones, and I use them every day for work, especially in Christmas time, because they're just so easy and they have colours in them. And then I have this palette, which is the 35OM, which is just a nude palette, and I use it every day. And then I just use James Charles and the 39S just to put a pop of colour in on my lid. But this is what I use on my crease every day because it's just like so good. Like it just has all the nudes that I need. And then I have, you know, the 35M, which is, I don't think I've used that one properly, like it just doesn't have the right colours in it. And then I have the bronze golden palette thing that I have, and that's a good palette too. I suppose once you just find a palette, you sort of stick to it and use it every day. Like, you know, I bought brush sets from Morphe, I use the same 3 every day, so you just sort of got to pick and choose what you want to use, I guess. So I'm going to dip into the Fenty Beauty one first. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do. I might just do an everyday look that I would wear to work and just blend it in and just go with the flow, I guess. So to start with, I'm just going to grab maybe my M573 brush. It's just like a blending brush. It's just a pointed deluxe powder brush, and I use it in my crease and do everything. So what I might actually do is I might get back out my nude palette and just use, I'm just going to dip into that colour first just to put it on the lid, so I get an even coat on my lid, just so that I know that it's gonna stay. I'm going to use my Fenty Beauty palette, and I'm excited to use this. It has some pretty cool colours in it. I've just got to pick one that I want to use. So I'm going to get my pointed deluxe powder brush, and I'm going to dip into the colour on this side, and this one is called Cumin Get It, I think. Cumin Get It, that's what it's called. Alright, so I'm just going to dip into that lightly and just tap it on the top there. And I'm just going to put this in my crease. Oh, nice. I'm just going to blend it into my crease. So I just do this look every day for work, basically. Just blend it in, define my crease, and then I might do, you know, glitter on the lid. So that's just with Cumin Get It. So then I might deepen it up with this colour, which is called Spice Trip. And I'm just going to use my Morphe M433, which is the Pro Firm Blending Fluff. So I'm just going to dab it on there a little bit, pick up a little bit, tap it, and then that's going right in the crease there, just to deepen it, give it a little bit of definition. Now I'm not like all the other people who do YouTube tutorials.
So I'm not gonna like, you know, flick it and do everything, because that's not how I do it for work. I mean, every now and again I might do, you know, my under eyes, but I don't do it every day. I find it's just not right for my eye shape.
So now that I've got those two colours on there, I might even go one step further and grab this grey colour here, which is called Shisha Smoke. I think that's how you say it. I might just see what that looks like, because it might not work. It might not look good. I'm just going to tap it. I'm just going to, ooh. There we go. Ooh, look at that go. So now that my crease is defined, looking at this. Nice. So now I'm just going to get my Morphe E27 brush, which is just a blender brush. And I'm just going to make sure that all those shades are blended together. Make it look like it's on fleek, if people still say that these days. Jeez, I'm so old. So now that that's blended together, now I'm just going to grab, do I want to do a gold moment or do I want to do a blue moment? A gold or a blue moment? You know what, I think we might do a gold moment. Live our best life. So I'm just going to take my finger and I'm just going to dip into this outer shade here, which is called Maracouche. So I'm just going to dip my finger in it and pick the pigment up. Look how blinding that is. So I'm just going to swipe it over my lid, like I would do if I was using any other palette. So once I've got that colour on there, I might go back over it and just use some of my MAC Fix Plus and dip my finger back in that colour, but spray my finger, make it a bit moist, and then we'll go back over. And and make it shiny. And then we might just dip into the next shade over. Don't know what that was. Which is this shimmery shade here, which looks absolutely stunning. And it's called Colour Blanche. I love that shade name. Alright, and that's what it looks like. And we might just spray my finger with that one as well. Alright, and I'll just put that. Oh, there we go. Alright, so now that that lid's done, alright, so now I'm just going to clean my finger off with a tissue, get it nice and clean. My toothbrush out the bin. Alright, so now that that's done, so now I might grab, this is my next brush that I'm going to use. So now I'm just going to grab my Morphe 321 brush, which is just a little tapered brush right there. And this one is for just supporting my inner corner. And I'm going to grab this nice white shade right here, which is called Moroccan Ice. Right, I'm just going to grab a little bit on my brush and I'm just going to spray it like I did with the other one because we want it to pop, and we're just going to put it in our inner corner. There we go. Alright, so now that eye is done, alright, so that's the look that I created with my Fenty Beauty palettes. Now I feel like I should do maybe my under eye, so I'm just going to grab that first colour that we used, which was Cumin Get It. I'm just going to grab a bit of that on this sort of brush and I'm just going to pop it right under my eye. Like that. I might use a bit of a different brush, maybe more of a brush like that. Just pick some more of it up. Put some more under there. So we're just going to do that. Nice. I like that. Alright, so that's that eye look done. So that's something that I would wear to work, you know, just for the shits and giggles really. Alright, so now that that eye look's done, I'm going to take off that underline under eye powder so that we're not baking our under eyes to filth. So now I'm going to move on to this palette and do this eye. Now I'm going to do a similar look, but you know, just with a different palette, because we don't like change here on this channel, which I know is silly, because we should, but that's just not who I am. I hate change. Alright, so now I'm going to use this lovely palette right here, Right, so I might just do just like a similar look, maybe just with a few different colours. So first colour I'm going to dip into is the shade down here in the bottom corner called Teddy. And it looks like a nice shade to dip into. So what I can see already is that there's a lot of fallout, but you know, it's eyeshadow. What do you expect? So now I'm just going to put some on her eyelid. Oh, yeah. Alright, so I'm just gonna blend that in like I did with the other one. Alright, now that that shade's all on our eyes, nice and blended, looking good. So now I might dip into the shade called Secret down here. Looks like it might be a bit of a dark colour, which I think is what we need, but it also looks a bit purpley, but that's fine, we'll work with what we've got. I'm going to blend that in like we did with the other one. So I'm just using the same technique that I did with the other side, because that's how I do my makeup for work, so no point in changing it. You know, the countless YouTube videos that I've watched, Jeffree Star, thank you. You know, just don't want to change it. So now that that's blended in, and these are blending like a dream. They're so buttery. Like, look, no effort at all. So now I might dip into this shade here called Raw, like a raw chicken. So it's a little bit darker, so I might just define our crease a little bit more. Like a little bit that. So this palette's probably more for like, if you like nudes but like you like a pinky undertone, like this is what this palette is for. It's for those people who like the basic nudes but just want a little bit something extra when they do their look, like nice pinky hue on our eyelid rather than just like a cool aftertone sort of look. Like, it's looking very nice and blended. Love that. So now what I might do, I can't decide, but in this palette they have a concealer. When I was looking at the reviews, they have a concealer. Now it's sweating a little bit because it's so hot in Australia. Huda Beauty is shook by how hot it is, and I understand, sis. I understand. So I'm just going to get that on an old brush. So I'm just going to dip in and I'm just going to go on my eyelid. I'm just going to blend that in like we've been doing makeup for like 7 years. So I'm just going to, I feel like I would just buy this palette again just for this concealer. Not gonna lie. Alright, so now that we've got that on, I'm just gonna blend that in with our finger so that it's nice and tacky. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do, so I might dip into one of these cooler shades, either that one, that one, that one, or that one, because they look like they might be cool. So I've done a gold on that, so we might do like a pinky purple. So I might dip into Daydream here, which looks like a nice colour to use. So again, I'm just going to take it on my finger. So now that that look is done, we might dip in, so we might use a bit of Crave, which is this shade here, and we might just dip in and do our inner crease. So just grab a little bit of that. And again, just spray a bit of matte Fix Plus and just on the eyes. Love that, love that, love that. Alright, just gonna wipe away that powder as well. Make sure it's all wiped away. Powder everywhere. Right. Looking nice. Alright, so now I'm just gonna grab my highlighting brush, and I'm going to grab out this palette again, and I'm just going to highlight, and I like to use all of that top row basically, so I use that one and that one together, and I just go on my cheekbone right there, and then I do it again after I've sprayed my face, so I get maximum glow, because they need to be shining for the gods. Right, so now I'm going to spray my face with a bit of MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus place, and then I like to get out my trusty little board. Use a straightening heat to dry it though. So once you dry, you live in. So now you're going to go back in and dip into all 4 of those shades and just highlight some more. Look at that glow though. Just a bit on Cupid's bow as well. Yes, honey. Alright, now you're going to put that away. Alright, now we're just going to put on some mascara. I like to use 2 different kinds of mascara, so I use the Revlon Mega Multiplier and the Revlon Volume and Length, and then that's when a mirror would become handy. So I'm just going to get out my Fenty Beauty mirror. So now that my eyelashes are done, looking nice and fresh. Alright, So now that that's done, we're looking nice and fresh. Alright, so now that we're done, so you've got a nice gold evening look, and then you've got, nice that one. Oh, we better do a lip. So that's alright. We'll do a little cheeky lip. So now we're done our face. So you've got the Huda Beauty nude eyeshadow palette, and then you've got the Fenty Beauty. What do you guys think? So that's my everyday look for work, plus using 2 new eyeshadow palettes. Alrighty, well, don't forget to give me a like and a follow. Love you.